Well, alrighty, y'all, it is about that time. Hello, everyone, and happy Wednesday. It's digital host AJ Wuest here, welcoming you back to Before the Four. Of course, the live stream where I go through some of 48's top news stories, and then some before our 4 o'clock newscast. I say it each and every day, wherever you're watching Before the Four this afternoon, whether it's on Facebook, YouTube, or our 48 Now live stream. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending just a bit of your Wednesday afternoon here. Now, first, let's talk about the weather. A little bit of drizzle today, but it will be warming up tomorrow, and it's looking quite nice for tomorrow. Let's turn it over to First Alert Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis for the latest. Brad?
Hey, good afternoon. Behind me on radar, a little bit of drizzle. You may notice some of that in your area as well, and some of that drizzle is going to pick up late tonight and tomorrow morning. There's a warm front that's going to be lifting to the north, and that's why we're still looking at 70s and some sunshine tomorrow, because once that lifts north, the humidity is going to go up. We're going to be close to record highs tomorrow. 65 right now in Huntsville, actually down from about an hour ago where it was 66. And we kind of thought this would happen today, so we adjusted the forecast accordingly. Drizzle tonight, 59 for the low, some poor visibility, especially in the mountainous areas. And tomorrow we'll have some morning drizzle, a few showers, and then some afternoon sunshine, 76, a degree shy of a record high tomorrow. The way it looks now, it's going to be breezy tomorrow too. Don't forget that. 6 o'clock tomorrow morning. There's our spotty shower activity. Also notice the temperature's still in the 60s. So a muggy day tomorrow. Look at that. Sunshine by noon. Just a great Thursday afternoon. And then it's going to be an even better evening out there. We've got thunderstorm chances coming our way late tomorrow night, probably after 11 o'clock in the evening. Those will be gone by sunrise Friday morning. So that's the trend we've been monitoring. Initially this week, it looked like Friday morning would be wet for the commute. But right now that boundary is going to be south of us. And your Friday afternoon not looking bad. So the key to the forecast Thursday, Friday, and Saturday even, the afternoons still look good. Here's 3 in the afternoon Friday. Cloudy, skies return, a couple of showers out there, and then our thunderstorm chances go up again late Friday night into very early Saturday morning. In fact, by 5 a.m., it's looking like it may dry out again for Saturday. So here's your 3-day forecast, 76 tomorrow, 68 Friday, 66 Saturday, and I haven't talked about Sunday. Sunday is the day winter returns with highs in the 40s, but the wind chill factor will be in the 20s.
Oh, I need the weather to stop changing every couple of days. As I was saying with Jada in yesterday's Before the Four, my sinuses are really feeling it this week. Have some allergies, I'm sneezing, definitely blowing my nose a lot. I'm ready for spring to get here and stay here. But of course, you got pollen on the way as well. So it's always allergy season because once you get out of spring, you get through summer, then ragweed season starts, of course. But also, don't forget 48 First Alert Weather Extra going on tonight at 9:30. You can watch that wherever you're watching Before the Four right now. So that's Facebook, that's YouTube, that's the 48 Now live stream. And of course, Chief Meteorologist Brad Travis, he'll be back here in the streaming center. He'll see y'all's comments on Facebook, so feel free to leave a comment. Brad will shout you out if you have any questions, and he'll work to find that answer for you. So you're just not going to want to miss it. 48 First Alert Weather Extra. Now let's go into some of the day's top stories, shall we? And now in Arab, where a man is behind bars after a shooting took place at a home on Lookout Drive last night. Now authorities say when they responded to the home, they found a 76-year-old man suffering from a gunshot wound. He was first taken to Marshall Medical for treatment and was later flown to Huntsville Hospital for further care. Now, at this time, we are unsure of his condition. During an investigation, 47-year-old Robert Gene Mallon was arrested on unrelated charges. He is considered a person of interest in this case. And a man was also arrested yesterday in Coleman for allegedly stealing multiple guns and ammo from a Decatur pawn shop. Authorities say Colton Tubbs, that's who you're seeing on screen, led them on a high-speed chase down I-65 in a stolen car. When he finally stopped, authorities said he tried to run into the woods. They eventually found him hiding behind a bush. Now, authorities found stolen guns inside that stolen car. They say the guns were stolen from Mid-City Pawn in Decatur. The vehicle was stolen earlier yesterday in Nashville. Tubbs is charged with receiving stolen property and attempting to elude. But now turning over to a story in case you missed it, a former Morgan County jailer is facing 7 felony counts after authorities say he stole honey buns from inmates. But on the other side, he says he's being targeted. Nick Ballinger reports.
I just want the people to know that I didn't do this. And it is killing me to be plastered all over the world that I'm this and I'm that and I'm not that.
Every day for over 2 decades, Jarvis Moore walked into the Morgan County Jail and went to work.
I've done everything that there is to be done there. Something that I wanted to do ever since I was a child.
But on Friday, he walked through a different door, turning himself in on 7 counts of felony extortion. I've contacted Morgan County officials to get to the bottom of the charges, but due to courthouse renovations, the filings are delayed. Moore was told this stems from his firing in September.
And they told me that I was being terminated for taking honey bun and store items from inmates.
You heard that right, honey buns. Moore doesn't deny taking the honey buns, but he says he was simply following orders.
This idea's been going on for years and years.
He says when inmates started a fire in the jail, it was policy to take commissary from inmates who started the fire and give to others.
The honey buns were actually given to another inmate to clean up, or the items. There was nothing ever kept in possession. It was used as a tool to stop burning in the jail.
Moore and his attorney Scott Morrow believe this is much bigger than 7 felony counts for 7 honey buns.
It's retaliatory 100%. His problems began specifically when the John Scott incident occurred.
John Scott Jr. died in jail custody in April of last year. This video of Scott Jr. being dragged through the jail was leaked in May. Moore says he was asked multiple times if he was the one who leaked it. He believes it's the main reason he was passed up multiple times to become the first black lieutenant in Morgan County history.
That was one of the main goals that I wanted to do, and that would have been even stronger to help people.
Moore says he was placed on administrative leave each time a position came up.
One thing, he's African American and they don't want him to be a lieutenant. And then because he supported Anna Franklin in that video.
And if she's back in office again, I can assure the citizens of Morgan County you will see significant change.
Moore posted this video 5 weeks before he was charged.
They wanted to keep their thumb on Jarvis and keep him down, and they came up with this honey bun criminal charge.
A spokesperson from the sheriff's office told me this investigation into stolen honey buns started in August and was turned over to the DA in November before the video was posted.
I'm truly not guilty of extortion. The only thing I did wrong was protect the jail and try to secure the jail.
We want justice, and we want everybody treated the same. If you're going to arrest one person for this type of activity in the jail, arrest them all.
Yep, in quite a bizarre situation there in Morgan County. Let me know in the comments what you think about this story. I see Monica Sweeney has weighed in. Thank you so much for commenting, Monica. And I see Dio from PC is in the comments today. Dio, thank you so much for watching Before the 4 this afternoon. I greatly appreciate it. Now with that, we're going to take a break, but coming up, a scam going around the Sheffield community. Everything you need to know about that, and taking a look at a legendary coach here in Huntsville this Black History Month. It's all ahead. We'll go through it all in 1 minute. All right, break time over, y'all. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Before the Four. Scams are going around the Sheffield community, and the scammers are posing as students. Aria Pons has everything you need to know about how to avoid getting scammed. Let's take a listen.
After receiving phone calls from around the Shoals, Sheffield school leaders want to set one thing straight. Their students are not selling candy at stores as a fundraiser.
Soliciting money for graduation fees or prom fees, or even I was told that someone was collecting money for track and field.
Sheffield High School counselor Tracy Parker says the calls were about various people at different places, all with fundraisers for something different.
And she said, hey, there's another guy right down at Tractor Supply doing the exact same thing. So I've heard that a Walmart in Muscle Shoals, of course, Tractor Supply, TJ Maxx in Florence, and I think another location in Florence, but I'm not sure.
And how does Parker know these aren't Sheffield students? She had a run-in of her own, and it's her job to know each student in the building, especially the seniors.
So I was going to a local business, it was actually Walmart, and as I'm approaching the entrance, a young man asked if I would give money for his graduation fees, that he was a student at Sheffield High School. And so I turned around and asked his name, and he gave me his name, and I explained that I was the counselor at Sheffield High School and that he was indeed not a student.
Parker says he continued to lie to her, so she went and grabbed a manager there. Then she reached out to the police department as well. She says there are a few things the community should know.
Mainly, if someone solicits you for money, especially posing as a student, there should be a chaperone or, a teacher or a sponsor there with them. And just know that things will follow up. Things will catch up to you. You never know who's going to be walking up that you're asking to give money.
Again, Parker says her students normally don't fundraise in this way. Reporting in Sheffield, Aria Pons, 48 on your side.
All right, good to know, Aria. And now this Black History Month, we're taking a look at one legendary coach here in Huntsville who has impacted hundreds of kids with his outstanding character. Sports anchor Kaylee Tingelstad gives us a look at Coach Crawford. Let's take a look.
Crawford, who is better known as coach for hundreds of athletes for more than 6 decades, started his athletic career at a young age. He started coaching before he was even 15 years old, and he was one of, if not the best athlete on every roster. Crawford attended high school at Council Training on Alabama A&M's campus, and at just 16 years old, he became a 4-sport athlete for the Bulldogs. During his time at A&M, Crawford earned 9 varsity letters, 3 in football, 3 in track and field, 2 in baseball, and 1 in basketball. Crawford played football for the legendary Coach Louis Cruz, and in 2009, Crawford was inducted into the Alabama A&M Athletic Hall of Fame for his efforts on the gridiron.
In a way, I'm really proud of that legacy of mine, but I'm disappointed and I didn't do enough to make some followers doing what I did at that time.
But during that time, Crawford was recruited for another cause. Martin Luther King Jr. and Reverend Ezekiel Bell asked Crawford's parents if he could participate in city demonstrations. Crawford's calm nature was just what King and Bell were looking for during these sit-ins across Huntsville.
Because at the time, one person could mess up the whole city and demonstration thing. We would sit in at several places downtown, McLennan's, Woolworth, all these places. We knew we wasn't going to get served, and I imagine it wasn't 30 cents among all of us.
Those sit-ins led to the desegregation of lunch counters across Huntsville, but that was just the beginning for Crawford. He became the first African-American referee for the Alabama High School Athletic Association, paving the way for hundreds of officials across the state. He was sent to cover all of the top games across Alabama, but he was needed for more than just calling a game. Crawford was one of the best officials, but his kindness was helping break racial barriers across Alabama.
Actually, I had my ups and downs in different areas, because many times I would be doing a basketball or football game, and many times I was the only person of color in that whole place. But the people gave me respect, and I was blessed enough to everything I did look like back then was the right thing.
Whether playing, coaching, or officiating, Crawford has spent his life in athletics and was inducted into the Huntsville-Madison County Athletic Hall of Fame back in 2009. And a reminder of all that Crawford's done sits just minutes away from where he grew up. James C. Crawford Park opened in 2001 to recognize Crawford and all he's done for this community. In Huntsville, Kaylee Tinglestad, 48 Sports, on your side.
A Huntsville legend indeed. And now let's go into the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. The bond hearing held earlier today for the former Huntsville daycare worker accused of sexually abusing children. Nick Ballinger has been in court all day and will have the very latest coming up. Alabama's first IKEA all set to open in 1 week. Faith Delp will have those details. And finally, details on a new city hall coming to Florence. And these are just a few of the stories you're just not going to want to miss coming up in our evening newscasts. And y'all, it is 3:56. It is about that time. And of course, it is time for Facebook Fun, our 48 Facebook question today. What is a state you haven't been to yet that you'd like to visit? Let's see where you all would like to visit. Let's see, Montana and Maine. That is from Brian Stern. Two beautiful states, I hear. I haven't been to either, so I would like to visit those as well. Montana, also that was a very popular state today, Montana, as well as California. That is from Christy. Thank you for commenting, Christy. Amy said Idaho. Okay, absolutely. I have not been to Idaho either. I would love to visit Idaho one of these days. My bucket list is definitely all of the 50 states. Kim said New York, a very diverse state there. You have New York City, and then you also have upstate New York, where it's a bit more country up there. Carol said Oregon. I had a best friend in high school. He was from Oregon, and he was always talking about how great it was. Brenda said Vermont. I hear it is absolutely gorgeous up there in Vermont. Meg said Colorado. I have never been to Colorado, but our own reporter Noah Cowell just got back from Colorado, and he's made me want to go. I would love to go skiing, go hit the slopes up there in Colorado. Dorothy said Hawaii. A beautiful state that is, Hawaii. I have been blessed to go on a Hawaiian cruise. It was my high school graduation trip, and it was so beautiful out there in Hawaii. Y'all, as always, you had super awesome comments on our 48 Facebook question. You always do. I'm never surprised. But y'all, that is just about all the time I have for today's Before the Four. Thank you all for tuning in this Wednesday afternoon. I hope you all have a great night tonight. Enjoy our evening newscasts. And as always, thank you so much for watching. You all have a great night.